Living in a world with things as expensive as they are, it's always nice when you come across a good product that can achieve what you need it to do without it breaking the bank. This mini PC that I have here will hopefully fit that criteria. In order for us to see how capable this device is, I'm going to be putting it through a series of 8 different tests to see how well it performs recording and streaming gameplay using a capture card in addition to doing some light gaming. Let's give this thing a little bit of an unboxing. The mini PC that I picked up here is the Camry Essence E1, and believe it or not, I only paid $160 for it. There's the receipt to prove it. There we have the PC. The PC can also be mounted via this bracket. Now, as for the specs on this device, it has an Intel 12th generation N95 core processor. It has 12 gigabytes of LPDDR5 RAM, and also it has 256 gigabytes of M.2 SSD for storage, which is replaceable, by the way, up to 2 terabytes. As for the ports on this device, you're going to have your power button on the front, 2 super speed USB ports, a headphones jack. On the back, you're going to have an HDMI port, a display port, an additional 2 USB ports, which are not super speed, but USB 2.0, and of course, your power input. Oh, and there's an Ethernet port as well, which was covered by this sticker. Unfortunately, no USB-C. I would have liked to have seen that on this device. It fits literally in the palm of your hand, but without even powering this device on yet, I'm getting the sense that this is mainly used for web browsing, maybe watching some videos like you're watching right now. Very chill, lesser demanding task, but is that truly going to be the case using this thing? Well, let's set it up and find out. With the mini PC all set up and ready to play around with, I wanted to ask you guys what you thought we should test to push this thing to its limit. I got a nice amount of feedback from you guys. Obviously, we can't test every game and every app, but since we are a streaming and gaming channel, I figured we should take it through its paces to see how well it can capture gameplay externally, as well as doing some light gaming on it directly. So starting off with performance test number 1, let's see how well we can capture 1080p 60 gameplay in OBS Studio using this budget-friendly worky capture card. I set it up like you would with any other capture card, with the HDMI input coming from the PlayStation 5, HDMI out to my monitor, and the capture card itself was plugged directly into the computer using the USB 3.0 port on the front. Next, I downloaded and installed OBS Studio, which would serve as our streaming and recording software. I then added the capture card as a video capture device source in 1080p 60 quality, and while playing the game Fortnite on the PS5, things look really good. I don't see any quality issues with how the gameplay is recording. Looking at the performance stats with an OBS, we can see that the CPU does tick up a bit high, and I didn't experience any encoding overload errors. Now, I'm sure you guys are curious for what settings I decided to go with to achieve this gameplay recording quality level. Well, if we look at our recording settings, you can see that I'm using a hybrid MP4 recording format. The video encoder is QuickSync H.264, which is very important. That means I'm using the integrated graphics component of my CPU. If we go down a little bit here, the rate control is set to CQP. The CQP number is set to 23. Target usage is set to medium quality. Profile, I have it set to high. Keyframe interval is 2. Latency is normal. B-frames is 2. And since this first test was a success, we're going to apply those same settings to the future tests that we run a part of this video. So that leads us to the second test of seeing how well 2K60 can be recorded on this mini PC. Now, for this test, we aren't going to be able to use the worky capture card, as that does cap out at capturing at 1080p 60, but we will be using the Elgato 4K X capture card, as capturing in 2K60 is supported on this device. Only thing that I adjusted in OBS was changing the output canvas resolution to 2K quality. From there, I went ahead and did another recording test playing Fortnite on my PlayStation 5. And this time around, things seem to be pretty good, at least every few minutes or so. After a little bit of time, I noticed a freeze in the video picture in OBS. And you know, I thought this was just a one-off. Maybe this wasn't something that was going to occur consistently. I was wrong. It happened again after just a few minutes of playing. I get it, you can record 2K60 a little bit, but the fact that you can't continuously record it without any issues is not good. So that makes test number 2 a fail. The next test I wanted to try was capturing the gameplay in 4K 60 quality. Now, since 2K 60 didn't work, I didn't have much high hopes for 4K 60, and I was spot on with that. The footage here is just completely unusable. It's very choppy, and even OBS is just struggling to record it. This one was a fail. Now for the next set of tests here, we're gonna switch it up a little bit. I did get a couple comments from you guys to try out Emulation. Probably, as you might expect, is not the biggest thing for me. I play a lot of the new generation of games, but I did grow up on at least the PS2 generation. So downloading the PC SX2 software and getting a BIOS without having to use a console, shout out to Retro Games Corp. I'll link his video down in the description because it was a big help in order for me to actually do this test. It's also possible to load games up without the disc. I can't tell you how to do that in this video, but just use AI, use Google, you'll find out very quickly how to do it. But diving into test number 4 on this mini PC, I wanted to see how well it could emulate and play games. I tried a couple different games here, first being Blitz, and this was a fun game that I used to play back in the day, and I was pleasantly surprised at how well it performed. I had no real blips or issues. This computer handled it like a champ. I also tried some Burnout as well, and this is with the upscale 1080p resolution that PC SX2 supports. Now you might be able to see where we're going with the next test here, but that's being able to play an emulated game while recording it at the same time. So in OBS Studio, I just added a game capture source and selected the Emulation PC SX2 window as the source. The game popped right up, and I was able to continue playing my games while recording them, and I felt no issues or difference in my gameplay experience while it was capturing at the same time. This test was also a success. Jumping to test number 6, let's push the envelope just a little bit more by adding a webcam as an overlay source so that we have a face cam. This is the Yellow Live webcam, which can deliver 4K 30 or 1080p 60 resolution, adding great face cam image quality to this stream setup. In OBS, I was able to easily add this source by adding a video capture device source and then just selecting this webcam, and it automatically popped up. The other thing to add to the mix is a microphone, and since the ports on this mini PC really come at a premium, I went ahead and used this Fifine gaming headset so that I could hear the audio as well as have my commentary recorded at the same time using the microphone attached to the headset. Now typically I wouldn't always recommend that because these mics are usually not that good. It's better to have a microphone standalone plugged into the computer, but ideally you should pick up a USB dongle so that you can expand the number of ports that your computer can support. I'll put a recommendation in the description below. Anyways, let me show you how the recording test turned out. How about we do it again for you? Ooh. Oh my God. Honestly guys, with that recording quality, I am pleasantly surprised that OBS and this mini PC did not struggle. Let's shake things up some more and test some new generation games, and we're gonna go with Arc Raiders. And upon trying to load up the game, I noticed that just the beginning cutscenes were very choppy. They weren't fluid whatsoever. And then once I actually got put into the game, it was just a blanket yellow screen. I'm pretty sure that the game is not supposed to look like this. I also double checked the graphics settings and everything was set to low. So this game was not going to work. But how about trying a lesser demanding game such as Rocket League? Well, to my surprise, playing in 1080p 60 in low graphical settings worked. I was able to effectively control my car and react to balls timely, so this part passed. But now what if we tried recording and playing the game on the PC all at the same time? Well, spoiler alert, this was an absolute no-go. As soon as I attempted to do this, the quality got choppy for both the recording and the game, making this specific test a fail. Now for those of you that stayed until the end, we're gonna do a little bonus test on this mini PC. So if you guys remember from earlier how well recording in 1080p 60 performed, this final test I wanted to see if this mini PC could handle streaming and recording at the same time. So I first switched back over to the capture card input to pull up my PlayStation 5 gameplay, connected my YouTube account, hit the stream button, then the recording button, And I was shocked, guys. From my test, I was able to achieve good 1080p 60 stream quality with a 6000 bitrate using CBR as the rate control for my settings. Recordings looked even better, still using the CQP setting that I showed earlier in the video, which was great to see. When it came to the mini PC's overall performance during this test, here were the stats that I captured from OBS after doing a 20-minute stream recording. As you can see, the CPU was peaking a bit high from over 15 to 20% usage. Frame drops were very minimal and really only occurred when trying to multitask on the computer at the same time. So that is something to keep in mind depending on how you're thinking of using this computer. But it's very evident to me that this computer is more than capable of handling this task, which makes this bonus test a success. Now, would I recommend someone to pick up this machine? If you are on a very tight budget and you need something to be able to capture your gameplay, or you want to emulate or do very low performing tasks, I would say, hey, go ahead and get it. It's a good machine for those uses. But if you're trying to do any sort of heavy duty gaming or do 2K60, 4K60 recordings, you're not going to want to get this thing. It'll be much better and worthwhile to save up and get a suitable machine that is capable of doing everything that you need it to do. If you guys would like to pick up this mini PC, I put an affiliate link in the description below so you guys can go check it out. Thank you for staying to the very end of the video. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.